Hey guys, Sibuyile, I am back, and please do welcome me back to my channel because I was missing in action for like 4 or 5 months because I was at the peak of my pregnancy and I delivered a bouncing baby boy, a beautiful baby boy, thanks to the Lord. Anyway, I just say let me come back and say hi and have a story time because I obviously haven't been in touch with skincare because I haven't been doing skincare when I was pregnant because some of the things are not allowed. You know, you're not allowed to use retinol, you're not allowed to use alpha arbutin, and a lot of other stuff. So today I'm just gonna do a story time of my pregnancy journey. I know someone wants to hear my pregnancy journey. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk about it. So my pregnancy journey is in like 2 parts. Today I'm gonna be talking about the journey of from when I discovered that I was pregnant to when I actually delivered. But then I have another story time of my journey of trying to conceive after contraception. If there's someone who wants to know about that, then they can comment, or maybe you don't want to comment in public. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it. Maybe I'll just do it. Yeah, because there's a small story of me trying to conceive after using contraception for some years. Right. So you guys don't really talk about the hardships of pregnancy. Like, people don't talk about it. People just say, I enjoyed my pregnancy, I miss my bump. You miss your bump? You miss pregnancy? How do you miss pregnancy? It doesn't make sense to me right now. It doesn't make sense to me. I am not someone who's gonna say I miss my pregnancy. I don't miss being pregnant. There is nothing about being pregnant that I actually miss. Nothing. Maybe the treatment, maybe on queues in public areas where you are attended to first before other people, only that. But it's not every day that you go and join a queue and you need treatment, special treatment because you're pregnant. So honestly, I don't miss anything about being pregnant. The only thing that you miss about being pregnant is probably looking forward to having your addition to the family, or that kind of thing, the end result. But the process is not nice. If you haven't been pregnant, if you're planning to be pregnant soon or whenever, just know that people don't tell you the truth about this thing. It's literally a life-changing process. It's very long, it's tiring, it's a whole 9 months. Anyway, I'll start from when I actually discovered that I am pregnant. I discovered at 7 weeks, which is a month and some weeks and a week or something like that. I had no symptom apart from swollen eyes. One of the days I got swollen eyes. I woke up with swollen eyes. I was just like, I don't know, maybe it's an allergy, but I'm a road runner. I'm not someone who has allergies. So yeah, I woke up with swollen eyes, and then I didn't think much into it. I was just like, no, it's gonna go away. Anyway, I discovered I was pregnant because I missed my period. And then obviously I was trying to conceive. Then I had a pregnancy test. It was positive. Yeah, it was a nice experience because we had planned for it. I mean, we spent like 2 years without kids. So then we decided, no, now we want kids. We're actually ready. So this is a planned baby. Anyway, my first trimester, people say the first trimester is hectic and all, but let me tell you this, it's different to every other individual. My first trimester was so cool. Like, I had no problems, I had no funny cravings, I never vomited, not even once. I never had what do they call it, morning sickness. I never had that. I never had anything except for headaches. I had headaches the first few weeks, but everything else was normal. My skin was actually glowing. My skin was doing the most. I was glowing. I'll show you. I'm gonna insert a picture when I was 4 months pregnant. I was doing videos. I was doing YouTube because that's around the time I started doing YouTube. So my skin was doing so well. I was excited. I was telling my friends, oh, pregnancy is making me glow, that kind of thing. Because I had one of my close friends was also pregnant at the same time. So, I was bragging. I was like, yeah, my skin is doing the most, my friend, Things turned upside down real quick. I think around 6 months. Yeah, my skin started to get dark. I started getting dark. My neck, even my neck is not really okay right now. Even my face, I haven't really regained my actual color. My neck is still a bit discolored, but I thank God I didn't have acne, because acne is difficult to deal with than the pigmentation. So I just really got dark, but I never had any acne, so I thank God for that. Anyways, yeah, I started okay, fatigue is the other thing that I had in the first trimester. The second trimester was really cool, I would say. It wasn't a problem. I don't think I had anything to write home about. It was fine. Yeah, and then the third trimester showed me flames. I was like, no, this is not okay. This is, if you decide to have a baby, just do it for yourself. Don't do it for someone else to say, I want to have a baby for him because yeah, because sometimes you actually rethink your decisions. And I'm someone who used to say, I want to have 5 kids, but now after having one, I think if I have 3, I would have tried, because pregnancy is not easy. It's a long journey, and imagine you count it in weeks. You'll be counting 31 weeks, 32 weeks, 33 weeks, and you're waiting for 40 from week. Imagine if you discover your pregnancy maybe at 4 weeks, you're gonna be counting from 4 weeks to 40 weeks. Imagine if you have severe symptoms like the vomiting, the mood swings, the appetite. Okay, I had mood swings, guys. I was always crying when I was pregnant. I loved crying. Yeah, I would cry. I remember there is this weekend I cried. I think from Friday to Sunday I was crying. I was just quiet, and then I wasn't talking to my husband. I was just crying, and he was trying to talk to me, trying to be nice. He even bought some flowers the other day. Just took the flowers. I said thank you. Okay, I continued. I would literally like fill the tub with water, put my foam bath, sit in the tub and cry. That's what I did that weekend. I don't know why I was crying. I was just feeling emotional. I was just feeling like, no, this is too much for me. At that time, my belly was now big. Most problems start if you don't have other symptoms. Every other boring thing starts when your belly starts growing, because you cannot sleep properly, especially in the last days or in the last trimester when your belly is big. You cannot sleep properly. You cannot bend. You try to do things, your back is aching, you try to do this, you literally cannot do most of the stuff. Your clothes don't fit, and by then I was gaining weight so much. I think I gained about a total of 16 kgs during pregnancy. But thanks to God, I am one of his favorites, because I have regained my pre-pregnancy weight, and I think I regained it in like 2 weeks. Yeah, I lost weight a lot within those 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks after delivery. So in my third trimester, my first problem was that the big belly, I couldn't sleep properly. It was a hassle to sleep, to turn, and you're always peeing every like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, you're going to the loo. So you don't have actual rest. You don't sleep. You don't have quality sleep because you're always in the loo. And then the other thing was I had, it's called carpal tunnel syndrome. Yeah, something like that. So it causes your hands to just ache. From nowhere, your hands are just painful. Like from here to your fingers, your hands are just painful. Like I could feel them while sleeping, that my hands are painful. And then as soon as you wake up in the morning, they are so painful. Sometimes you can't even lift anything up because your hands are painful. Who knew about that? I mean, people just talk about vomiting. Who knows about that syndrome? And no one. People don't know about it. If you haven't been pregnant, you probably have never heard of anything like that. Okay, my skin was showing me flames. It was so dark. Skincare wasn't working. Anyway, I had stopped doing skincare. I just was using, I think, Vaseline lotion my whole body. And I was so pale. My skin looked so dry. I was fat. I gained weight. I was fat. My nose had started growing. I had a very big nose. I had a fat face, actually. My face is already fat, I know. But then it was bigger. I think it was times 2 or times 3 what it is right now. Okay. And you know, it was just a lot, guys. And the emotions, I think it's the emotions mostly for me. And yeah, what else did I have? um, yeah, back pain. I remember I went for a massage to a spa this at the time. I think I was around 30 something weeks. I went for a massage. My husband was like, "No, you need to go for a massage because you're always complaining that your body is aching." I went for a pregnancy massage. Guess what? I came back feeling worse. I came back feeling so tired. So my body was even worse. I'm like, "Yo, we wasted money, bruh. I should have just stayed at home and listened to my body." But anyway, we're just trying anything that was gonna work. But yeah, what I'm gonna say is, yeah, the end product is worth it. You know, it's nice, especially as a first time mom. It's your first baby, you know, you're entering motherhood. But pregnancy is not cool. It's not something that I would encourage you to do alone. You need to have a strong support system, maybe your sisters, your partner, your mom, if they're alive. You know, you need to have supportive people around you, because you're always feeling some type of way. You're always feeling like sometimes I would feel like my husband doesn't love me anymore, but the guy was really trying. But I was just feeling overwhelmed. Yeah, I think overwhelmed is the word. And yeah, it was a lot for me. But then it was a lot to an extent that, you know, pregnancy gets to 40 weeks. And then after 40 weeks, if you don't deliver naturally, after maybe at 40 weeks, then you are, what is it called? Induced to get into to labor. But then when I got to, I think I went for my 37 weeks and some days appointment. My gynae was like, "No, your baby is big. He's like 3.2 kgs right now, so he's ready to be born. If you want, I can induce you." I'm like, induce me even now? I didn't want to spend another week pregnant. I was tired. So yeah, I went in for induction the day after the next, like in 2 days from that day, which was a failed induction. And yeah, I labored for like 12 hours and ended up being cut. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, we thank God. You know, I think ultimately for pregnancy, you really have to thank God that you came out alive and your baby is alive and healthy. That is the goal. The fact that you had a C-section or you had a vaginal delivery, it's really and not so important. Of course, most people want to deliver naturally, but if you can't, just do what you need to do. Because mine ended up being an emergency C-section. I had tried to, I wanted to push, but yeah, I didn't push. And don't worry, even if you don't push, you still get a push present. Yeah, I still got it after having a C-section. Oh yeah, so that's it, guys. So I will be back with skincare videos. I'm still trying to recover my skin because I want to come here without makeup on so that you guys see my skin for what it is. But for now, yeah, you can see it's better than what it looked like when I was pregnant. This is what I looked like when I was pregnant with makeup on. This is what I look like almost 2 months postpartum. My skin has really improved. I have brightened a lot, and yeah, I think I'm now working towards the glass skin that I want. Because last year I was just motivated to start a YouTube channel, but then I was pregnant. I knew things were gonna get worse, but I just had to start. So yeah, guys, please do tell me if you want to. Okay, yeah, we actually said in the beginning of the video that people will not say publicly that they want to know my trying to conceive journey, but I will probably do a video of trying to conceive after using contraception, because it wasn't easy for me. It wasn't just stopping contraception and getting pregnant. I had to do some other things, see a gynae, and a lot of things, but ultimately God did, and we are grateful for that. So if you're getting pregnant soon, if you're planning to be pregnant, just know that it's not easy. It's not easy. It can show you flames. Imagine it showed me flames, but I never vomited. I never had morning sickness. Imagine if you're having that. So it means you're suffering from first trimester to third trimester. For me, only the third trimester was the one that showed me flames. the first 6 months were really cool, I would say. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I will be back with a skincare video soon. Please expect me. Bye.